the girls that's here for the truth, come put both hands on a DJ booth. Then wind your waist to the big man sound. And I get too stiff cause I think it's too long. Good God.
Favorite 30-minute meal. My snack box for work.
Baby girl, let me see you do your dance, let me see you twirl. Shake an ass in the club with your homegirls. Take a pic for the gram, show the whole world. Yeah.
Is that your bestie? I'ma ice both of y'all like Gretzky. I'ma at you like bless me. Hit the dance floor, get nasty, impress me.
Baby girl, let me see you do your dance, let me see you twirl. Shake an ass in the club with your homegirls. Take a pic for the gram, show the whole world. Yeah.
Is that your bestie? I'ma ice both of y'all like Gretzky.
It's a new week, which means we are meal prepping and setting ourselves up for success. I'm currently cutting right now, which means being in a calorie deficit is the goal. My biggest tip for sticking to a deficit and not steering away from it is having your meals prepped and ready. Personally, for me, I always like to prep my food in bulk and just assemble my meal when it's time to eat it by either heating it up in the microwave or quickly making it on the stove. To be honest, everyone's different, but I found that that's what works best for me. I'm also sticking to meals that are whole foods and just super simple to make. I definitely like to try recipes I find on TikTok every once in a while, but am I doing that every day? No, because I just don't have the time. So for breakfast, I'm having scrambled eggs with breakfast potatoes and fruit. For lunch, I'm having ground beef, sweet potato, and avocado. And dinner is chicken, rice, and avocado. Night snack is a Greek yogurt bowl with fruit and dark chocolate. Like I said, super simple, and I honestly love it. This is your reminder to make time to prep your meals so you can stick to your goals and glow this summer.
Let's make dinner together as a 21-year-old wife who doesn't know how to cook anything. We were off to a rough start tonight because I cut my finger while I was trying to cut up these sweet potatoes. So I called my mom and had a quick cry, and then I got back to work. I actually love sweet potatoes, but why are they so hard to cut up? Anyways, I cut up the sweet potatoes and then added a little avocado oil, salt, and pepper and put them in the oven at 425 for 30 minutes and then started working on the ground beef. I used to be terrified of ground beef, but now that I've made it so many times, it doesn't scare me anymore. Okay, while that was cooking, I made this little guacamole topping thing. It's just avocados, tomatoes, cilantro, lime, and then I added Greek yogurt because I love Greek yogurt and I'll add it to anything I can. Then all we have to do is plate it. I put the sweet potato, then the ground beef, then the topping, and add a little bit of cheese on top. It probably would have looked prettier if I just put the Greek yogurt on the side, but it's all just gonna mix in my mouth anyways, and it tasted so good. And here's a recipe I loosely followed if you want a screenshot. Hi, I'm Hallie. I'm 21. I'm learning how to cook, and tonight we're making teriyaki meatballs. This is my first time ever cooking ground turkey. I've only used ground beef before, but these meatballs were actually so good. Then I added gluten-free breadcrumbs, some spices, an egg, and green onion. Mix that all together in a bowl, and then it was time to form all the little meatballs. This was like oddly satisfying, but also kind of gross because there's raw meat on my hands. And then I threw those in the oven for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. Then I got started on the sauce, and I realized I forgot to order gluten-free teriyaki sauce, so I kind of just made up my own sauce with what I had. Once the meatballs were done, I took them out of the oven and added them to a pan with the sauce. These actually ended up being so good. And while that was cooking for a little bit, I made the rice, and then I steamed the broccoli in the microwave. And then the only thing left to do was plate everything. I put the rice, and then the meatballs, and then the broccoli. And this ended up being so good, literally a 10 out of 10 dinner for me, and it only took me 30 minutes. And here's the recipe that I loosely followed if you want a screenshot. Let's make dinner together as a 21-year-old wife who's learning how to cook. It's been a couple weeks since I made one of these videos, but I saw Lindsay Arnold post this really easy dinner recipe, and I thought I have to make it tonight. So I started off by cooking the ground beef and adding in some taco seasoning, and then I lined a baking sheet with corn tortillas and sprayed some avocado oil spray on them, and then I flipped them all over and did the same thing to the other side. Even before I was gluten gluten-free. I loved corn tortillas. I would way rather eat this than a flour tortilla. And I loaded these all up with the ground beef and then some shredded cheese and then folded them up, and to make them even crispier, I put some shredded cheese on the outside of each of them, and then I popped these in the oven for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. Okay, then once they were done, I assembled our plates. Mark is really picky, so he just wanted the tacos, but on mine I added some cottage cheese and hot honey, and then I just steamed some broccoli in the microwave, and that was our dinner tonight. It was so yummy and so easy. Hi, I'm Hallie. I'm 21. I'm learning how to cook, and tonight we're making whatever you want to call this cucumber chicken bowl. You guys, I finally found a cutting board that works for cutting chicken. This isn't wood and it's not plastic. I think it's like a granite type thing. So I started with cutting up all of my chicken, and raw chicken used to really freak me out, but it honestly doesn't really bug me anymore. Then added that to a bowl with some avocado oil, garlic powder, onion salt, and paprika. This is like a homemade taco seasoning and it's so good. Just put that on the stove and spread everything out so it could cook evenly. And now we're finally gonna use this veggie chopper. I've been wanting to use this for so long and I always forget. And this is honestly so fun to use and so satisfying. I just want to cut up veggies so I can use this again. Anyways, I cut up half of a cucumber and a tomato, and this is girl dinner tonight because my husband actually can't eat any uncooked vegetables, which is why he always eats a modified version of whatever I'm eating for dinner. But anyways, I just added cucumber, tomato, chicken, and cottage cheese to the bowl. That's literally all there is to it, and it is so good. Let's make dinner together as a 21-year-old wife who doesn't know how to cook and almost cut her finger off cutting sweet potato last night. I decided that I'm not allowed to use knives today, so I found a recipe that I already had leftovers that I could use to make, and the only thing I had to cook was this ground beef, and I just added in a taco seasoning. Then I heated up the sweet potato from last night that did cause me to get 8 stitches in my hand, but it's okay because today it only took me less than 10 minutes to make this dinner. Then all I had to do was plate it. I put the sweet potato, then the ground beef, and then this street corn salsa that I made a couple nights ago, and then of course I put a little bit of cheese on the top because I will put cheese on literally anything. And here's how it turned out. I'm obsessed with how colorful this is, and it tasted super good too. And here's the full recipe if you want a screenshot.
It is Meal Prep Monday for me, and I wanted to do some breakfast prep this morning. I'm making breakfast burrito bowls. These are very versatile. Make them however you want. This is how I made mine. I'm making 6 bowls, 3 for me, 3 for my hubby. I did 2 scrambled eggs per bowl. Then I'm adding a ½ cup ground turkey that's seasoned with taco seasoning in each bowl. I did have to smoosh these down a little bit just to fit the rest of my junk in here. I'm adding a 1/3 cup of cooked hash browns. If you want lower carbs, use some riced cauliflower. Then I'm adding a 1/4 cup of shredded cheese into each bowl. Once it's all cooled off, pop on your lids. And when we're ready to eat, I'm gonna serve them with one of these avocado cups, and bada boom, bada bam, burrito bowls.
Batch prepping is the ultimate life hack, and it's the only way that my husband and I like to meal prep these days. In just 2 hours, I set up meals packed with protein to keep me full, fiber for gut health, healthy fats for energy, and of course, a little fun. Batch prepping is just making a bunch of food all at once, so eating healthy all week is way easier.
You can't have any of this.
Quick and easy meal prep idea. To start, you're going to add some cooked pasta to a container with your veggie of choice. Next, add your sauce of choice. I'm using Rayo's tomato basil. Add some grilled chicken. Optional, top off with some cheese. This is it, and enjoy.
High protein, low calorie meal prep with me for the week. Here's what's on the menu. It's a little bit random, but stick with me. Making 2 main meals that can be used as lunch or dinner. First, starting off with my hot honey burger bowls. Surprise, surprise, I know I've been eating these every single night for weeks now. Stuck the sweet potatoes in the oven at 425 for 30 minutes. And then I started on my ground beef and I seasoned the heck out of it with everything on the screen. While that's cooking, I get started on shredding up my chicken because the second meal is high protein chicken enchiladas. Once my beef and sweet potatoes were done, I stuck some center cut bacon in the oven. Love to have some bacon in the morning, and the center cut has really good macros. I used this amazing enchilada sauce from Trader Joe's with some low carb tortillas, my shredded chicken, and some low fat cheese. They're super easy, and I stuck them in the oven at 375 for 20 minutes. I didn't meal prep any breakfast besides the bacon because I've been having my sourdough with cottage cheese and avocado on top, and obviously I can't meal prep that. Of course, I had to restock on my sodas. I had some cherry Dr. Pepper Zero, some root beer zero, and my caffeine free Diet Cokes. The enchiladas turned out so fire. Let's see if I can make them last the whole week. High protein, low calorie meal prep with me for the week because I'm trying to be snatched before my husband gets back from the military. Breakfast, I did these English muffin sandwiches. Started off by toasting the English muffins and starting my turkey bacon. These have 240 calories for 18 grams of protein, and they're really good. Wrapped mine in aluminum, and then I stuck them in the freezer. That way, if I don't finish them all this week, they'll be good for another few weeks. And I started on my ground turkey. Before Chase left, he was on a ground turkey kick, so we had a bunch in our freezer I decided to use. I also prepped some fruit for the week. I've been loving it with some yogurt and raw honey. I had plans to separate the ground turkey up, do different things with it, but mid filming this video, I got to talk to Chase for the first time. So I just threw it in a container and we'll worry about it later. Here's some of the sides I did get to go with it, and I'll just figure it out throughout the week. Restocked my fridge with all of my Alani's V8s and Bloom. I know I said I was trying to do less caffeine. I really am, okay, but it's hard. Now I don't have to worry about cooking for the rest of the week, so I am happy.